everyone had a chance to review the meeting minutes?
Yes, and I sent 2 changes to Robin.
Okay.
It says call to order, and she had Andrea Bowden listed, and it was actually Kathleen.
That's okay.
And then on the back side, where it says Tuskegee, our Tuskegee suggested contact from Kathy Lee, is that actually Kathy Goldman.
Yep.
So those are the only 2 changes I had.
And actually, I found one, I made a hand correction on yours, in the top right there. It's the village minister is illegally reporting the meeting, blah, blah, blah.
Oh, yeah.
Zoning board, again, copy and paste, so
Yeah.
I'm changing that to budget committee. So I'll make notes in tonight's meeting if those changes came.
Perfect.
Because I know that we talked about last week, it doesn't make sense to have draft one.
Yeah, yep.
Anything else, anybody see that needs to be changed?
That's all I see.
A motion
So make a
to,
motion to accept the minutes as corrected.
Who made that one?
I did.
I'll second.
Who seconded it?
Sarah.
All in favor?
Aye.
Okay. So before we get any further into like discussing the budget and stuff, I wanted to let everybody know that Janelle has resigned, effective immediately. So we now have a spot open until March of 2026 because she has a 3-year term. Oh, one thing, so they wouldn't fill the full time?
No,
Okay, so March
because
of
it's when you're
2025.
appointed, it only goes until.
Okay, so, yeah. Everyone's ready. It'd be great. So what do we want to look at first? Do we want to look at school or town?
Can I just have it put on record that the school board is again for the 3rd one? Is she? Okay, scratch that one.
It was nice to finally get the budget before the actual meeting. It's really frustrating to try to look through all of this stuff like
All at one time?
all at one time.
Yeah, I reached out to Kathy O'Lean's a week or so ago. And as soon as she sent it, I tried to send it right out to everybody. So, I mean, we can start with the school then. Start with the federal one. Federal financial for the school. That's the green one. I like it. Anybody have any questions or concerns? Yeah, it's a green one.
So I have a question. It's not on this. It's not on like this current thing here particularly, but the email that Janet sent to all of us about like the school budget and it being like over potentially by,
When you're talking about the email she sent in like February.
yeah, the past couple of months have been a blur. We were like sick for like a month and a half in our house, so I lost it. But I haven't been to a meeting since because we literally got like the flu twice. Is that accurate of like an overage?
We're right where we're supposed to be spending money for the end of the school year. So Kathy, we can't give her an accurate number. What will be over? Janet knows that, everybody should know that, but we give them a percentage of where we're at for the school year. So in, September, we were back, right? So September, October, November, December, January, we won't be at 50%.
So by this, so for summer school and stuff like that, does that include within that budget?
It's all budget.
Okay.
And some of it is grant funded, like this year, some of the summer school is ESSER funded,
Yeah.
so, some of it's different, but in a normal world, no ESSER, no grant, it's a normal operational line for summer school. But typically, there's always some sort of money for summer school, whether it be a grant or, I mean, we're still catching up with COVID, so there's ESSER.
So do you guys have like an idea of like prediction of what you're gonna be at, or are you gonna spend the whole budget, or?
We'll come close to spending the whole budget, if it's close, it's on a contract to be very close, yeah. And
Okay.
it has been that way, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, if you, I know your guys are on the federal one, but if you look at the April one, you'll see the bottom line is 18% spent. So that's kind of a golden number.
Right.
Oh, I think those are the same, I think these ones, and these ones.
Yeah, you'll have double of the school stuff,
Oh,
because I made copies for everyone. Um, I don't have any questions for either part. Do you have any more questions?
Has there been, when does the talk start with the Governor Wentworth and like contracts and all? Is that happening this year?
It'll be on the ballot in March. So all, well, definitely most of it will be non-public with the lawyer.
When is that contract up?
For 2025, 2026. Yeah, correct, yeah.
Because we're going into FY25.
So how does that work out before if a contract doesn't work out or whatever, how does it then work for the kids in the school?
We have to have a plan B, and the lawyer works with us on that. So the lawyer works with various districts around, and some of those districts, for example, like she works with Barrington, who has school choice. So she's gonna work with us on their contracts and like, I mean, can't look at yours, but the example shows what they do, and there will be an option, they're not gonna just not go to school. Yeah.
Well,
So those, it's just, you wanna keep them there, you have to play a business game.
so before the elections happen, do you line up the Plan B of saying?
Yeah.
Okay.
The lawyer's gonna, she will walk us through every bit
Whose lawyer do we use? Do we
of
have,
it. We've had the same lawyer forever, Allison.
so is it,
She's the one that comes to all of our, deliberative sessions.
and is she like hired separately, like she's not a part of like the town?
Oh, no, she's got her own, fine, yep.
Did you say you were looking at other contracts?
No, we're gonna,
Because that's all public, you did say.
yeah, no,
Public information.
that's public information, but some of the stuff that we go over with the lawyer, obviously, with some of it will have to be non-public, she said, some of it. She's gonna guide us through that.
All right.
I have a question about the school budget.
Okay.
I was reading your minutes last month, and you guys requested that there be a detailed report on all the lines. Have you moved that request to the school? It's double the budget, that's why I'm curious.
Where is that?
Well,
That's
we
for
may-
the town.
Yeah,
that's
she's saying
town
we
budget.
requested for the
Yeah,
school.
but now
Oh,
she,
no, I don't
why
think
has
it is.
that not been requested to the school?
Good question.
It is a great question.
We can make a
do that.
motion here. Absolutely, I agree.
I mean, if we're gonna ask for.
Yeah.
It would save a lot of questions that happen here every month.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
So,
I agree. Yeah, I'll make a motion to request, the school budget being detailed for Middleton town.
I'll second that.
So,
All in favor?
Hi. Can we, is it possible to request the school that they send us, like they know when our meetings are, like that we get it a week before so we have ample time? I just like,
If you come to the school board, you'll get it. That's like we're fine around that.
it would just be nice, it was like it was a pleasant surprise to actually get the email and have time to be able to.
That is because I went to the school board meeting and I requested.
So if you come to the meeting, you'll have it in hard copy and have it.
But
I
it
just
should
think it would
sent
just be
to
like
email.
courtesy to the budget committee to, like, you know when we're having our meetings, just think it would just be like a courtesy to send it to us.
Yeah,
Like, I shouldn't
if
have to run
somebody's not
around.
there, we can, I'll have her do that. Usually there's somebody there, but yeah, we can have her do that.
But it doesn't matter if they're there or not, because we're not necessarily gonna,
Yeah.
I'm not gonna print all of, I'm not gonna scan all this and email it to them.
Yeah.
You guys already have it,
Just forward it along to the budget
forward
committee.
it on. That's how it's been in the past.
That was actually discussed at the school board meeting,
Yes, it was.
that the copies were made that night, 10 copies, Kathy and Linda.
Yes, that was, I remember that being discussed.
So they will be making extra copies from now on, this is
Okay.
what we requested. When they bring them for the school board, they'll be bringing extra copies to send for
The
the
budget.
budget committee.
Can we have it just emailed to us?
I want both,
Oh, okay, that's fine.
because it would be nice.
I
if
just
you
don't
sent
get
it ahead
to
of
go
time.
to school board meetings often just because of my schedule and Ben's schedule and.
No, I like the idea of having it emailed ahead of time, but the paper copy I think too, so.
That's her.
Is somebody, just going back a little bit, did somebody say they were gonna request the detail?
Yes.
Kathleen made the motion, I seconded it.
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't hear.
Okay.
Kathleen made a motion for who to ask, so who's gonna actually do it?
I'm gonna do it.
Okay.
Well, she didn't say that.
I just made a motion to have the school board have a detailed form, just like we requested in town.
And see her, okay, thanks.
I can always email too, like, as a reminder. if you-
I'm just gonna email her and let her know that you guys want an itemized copy.
Okay,
She doesn't do that for us for the school board, so she'll just do that.
okay, that works. So are we done with the school, everybody's,
Well, for federal.
any questions? We will hit the-
Sorry, I know, everywhere. I have a quick question, actually, I think all your lines are over in the school budget. Do you guys, I can't remember, I'm sorry, but did you guys kind of fix that in this year's budget, or you're gonna be over versus, like, kind of more of a,
Yeah, most of the overages are unexpected things.
just, okay,
Yeah, like
understandable.
building service agreements, doors, water heater, all buses in the needed to be fixed this year.
Of course,
Yeah.
it's how it rolls, okay. Just wondering. Cool. I'm good now, sorry.
So for the town budget, last month we had requested the detail, of all the 4,000 accounts. So I worked with the bookkeeper to get the, report that we wanted. However, we only printed it for the month of April instead of January through April, but moving forward, it'll be January to whatever month we're reviewing. So you can always take a look at that. And we should be about 33.33% expended for the town budget through April, so.
Quick question on the supervisors is, we're already at 66% for your, where's my, there we go. For your, supervisor of the checklist, just wondering.
That I don't have an answer for.
Okay.
I believe they missed an election.
What?
I believe they missed an election.
Oh, they missed an election,
I
okay.
don't know because there were so many.
How many elections do we have left? We have,
We have the September one, the
September, November.
November.
Yeah.
And
We do have a sitting June 4th.
Okay.
And then on these numbers, were 2023 already moved over? Is this budget reflecting any 2023 numbers? Is
Especially
what my
for-
question is.
I don't
especially
think
for
so.
salary.
Yeah, for salaries.
No.
Okay.
Okay, well, because you're already over for salaries.
Yeah, so I was just wondering, like, there's gotta be maybe an extra paycheck on 2024, which should be on 2023, but the audit will catch it anyway, so should at least.
Yeah, almost all the salaries are already over,
Yeah.
just a little bit, but not.
It's probably just a week.
Also, I did point this out to the bookkeeper when we printed the detail. The police retirement line is already expended at 50.18%. That's because you have payroll coming out of that line that should not be coming out of that line. It's no fault of the bookkeeper at all. It's something behind the scenes in Sage that's doing it. Because they're not set up, the employees that are on there are not set up to pull from there. So I did bring that to her attention, and she's, said, just to give her a heads up that definitely needs to be fixed.
I think last meeting we said this too, or when we were going over the whole budget last year, the same thing happened.
But they already
But
moved
so-
all of that stuff,
so
yeah.
it's already
So,
moving again.
so it's definitely something behind the scenes that is set up wrong somewhere. Assuming the ZBA newspaper notices is because of all of the meetings lately.
Yeah, sure.
Do you think that they're gonna have enough for their legal?
Probably not. They're already almost at 50%.
I know, well, it's just,
Okay,
My guess would be no.
okay.
And they're gonna have to increase it for next year.
What about the police vehicle maintenance and repairs are already at 89%? Does any of those bills should be 2023, I'm hoping?
The police vehicles?
Yeah.
Because you're at already 89%, I'm hoping that there's some bills that should have been reflected in 2023, and it's just, it's supposed to be 2023, but reflected in 2024. That's supposed to be moved over. That's
Maybe, yeah.
really high for only being April.
Same with where was it? The repairs for the old town hall is already at 50%, just about. Repair-
Yep, that boiler issue, that was very unexpected.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
Yep.
Okay. And then the municipal building is at 44.44% for repairs. That's over,
Is that the heating over there too?
is that,
That would be a boiler.
Yeah,
did you have like HVAC service or anything?
we did, yeah.
over there?
We
Okay.
did, but that should have been last.
That should have been last year, yeah.
I don't know. We can look at it.
I know Joy's HVAC was over there for quite a bit too, so.
Okay.
Well, because you have the mini splits, but then you still have the HVAC that runs like with PD.
Right.
And I know that was getting service like in the springtime.
Yep.
And then repairs for the highway garage is at 46.43. That's over. So the building and maintenance under 4194, that's at 65.24%.
I really think there's a lot of bills that are supposed to go to 2023, and they were being reflected in 2024.
This sounds better than last week.
I know, I'm just saying, I'm hoping that's the case. Just because they left, that means they're still working, trust me.
Oh, right.
So I'm sure they're gonna find stuff she's gonna have to, fix or something, because that's just a little scary, already at 50%. Sorry.
Well, I suppose though, we've had some serious issues and we are looking at it.
Yeah. Hopefully not BMSI, because BMSI
Retirement is pulling from, it's doing some weird.
places it's not supposed to pull and all that stuff,
Things I
yeah.
can't, I don't know why.
Right, yeah, exactly, because her and I were looking at it like, this makes 0 sense. Even, so, for the heat, that's Dead River, right?
Yeah.
Because the heat at the municipal building is already at 98.87%. I don't know if I don't know if there's,
I don't think it's a sage issue. I mean, you put it
Well,
in, you put the GL.
that one,
No, it is a sage issue.
For-
I mean, to do things where literally it's been corrected and it goes right back.
but for
Right.
the heating, I know that for the Dead River bills, you pay them.
No, I know.
But then-
you do the percentage.
Yeah,
Yep.
well, no, but it's different now, it's
Oh,
not just a
different.
percentage, because you have to get the thing from highway, pop it in over there, and it gives you a spreadsheet of who bought, who expended
Yep.
what, and you add that up, and that's how you split it.
Yeah.
So I don't know if there's bills that needs to be moved around with, maybe still, I'm not sure. But yeah, so.
What are you thinking
Pete's up
about,
there.
police overtime? We're already at 50% on that one too. Is it because we're just so shorthanded and we have to,
Yeah, I
do
do
we have
know,
any I know you can't, it's not really a budget committee really issue, but have you found a chief yet or?
we're actually holding one of our first interviews tomorrow night, I believe, for
Okay.
the chief's position, and then
Good.
I do know we're at, yeah, everyone knows we're limited on cops, so.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, absolutely. No, I was just wondering.
For the maintenance and everything for the police, are they using anything from their detailed fund? Because I know that was supposed
They
to be,
haven't done any detail.
but,
Probably can't, because there's
Yeah.
only 2 of them.
well, this is true, but there's still money in that fund, is there not, to
They have 40,
offset some of the cost?
as of March, they have $46,221.75 in their police department revolving fund. Not a whole heck of a lot.
No, it's not, but I mean, if you're starting to go over budget in an area where that fund was set up to help.
Well, I mean, we haven't had a chief, so.
No, we
Our
haven't.
budget's way under right now.
Yeah, so,
So-
Well, the overtime is creeping up, so,
Well, yeah, and then if you hire somebody, depending on the salary that
right.
they choose to give,
What were we paying the chief, you know? I knew it.
well, this, you can say what the budget for, is 77,533.
So,
And we've only expended 18% of that.
Right, so we still.
37,
Problem
27
with
an
that
hour.
salary, it's gonna be hard. Yeah, you need some.
Like 14.
Yeah. 63,000 off. Is that contract?
Why is the cell phone stipend so low?
why is the recycling so over?
Oh, because it's probably factored for work.
Well, for police, is that what you're talking about?
Yeah.
I would,
We've only expended 100.
I would bet that, I'd be willing to bet that that's just a January, February payment of it. Because there was only one person getting a cell phone stipend over there, so, and he retired in February, right?
There shouldn't be any,
Yeah,
shouldn't
and
be any
if-
cell phone stipends over there right now.
Oh, nobody's getting the cell phone stipend, they're not, no,
Nobody
they're
else
not paying
is
from
getting
it.
Okay.
But that's why it's so low, would be my guess.
And then how come the recycle, I don't know if this was answered.
Oh, I think, yeah, no, we're not, because it's a $1 line, right?
Yeah, and it's like 200 and,
Is that the line that we pay the shredding out of?
What line is it?
Recycling.
The recycle.
43.
Yeah,
What number is it?
the 43,
43, 23. And are you guys starting to talk to Pinard for the contract? Because that's coming up too, isn't it? This year or next year?
I believe it's next year.
I thought it was next year.
Bernard.
Just because I would hate to see like what happened 1 or 2 contracts ago when they like waited till the 11th hour and then we got like screwed with the contract. With, I know when I talked to the guy, I think it was supposed to be like
I don't know.
in the works, like starting to work on things now.
Okay.
It's okay. No, it doesn't show.
I don't know if the same guy is there or not.
I can't remember his name.
It was really nice, but
I guarantee you that's for the shedding.
why wouldn't it be in like,
Contract.
Well, it should be it shouldn't be coming out of a $1 line.
yeah.
It should not.
Why are we over on welfare cell phone?
That looks, the welfare cell phone, that looks like there's a credit to that line, which,
But it's a prepaid one, it's not like is it still like the prepaid, like jitterbug type?
please tell me that's on there.
It's not on there.
Yeah,
It's not on there.
Yeah.
No, it's not on there. I looked. That's the first thing
Okay, well, we'll see that next one too. Is the other culture rec line at 50, is that because what was voted in for rec?
Yes,
Was
so
taken
when
out
we
already?
voted the
Okay.
extra 500,
Yeah.
so we were pulling out of that before we touched the
Okay.
5,000 that they gave us. So like, I have a couple receipts, I need to turn in tomorrow and this weekend.
But and they already paid out the 3,000 to you though?
Yes,
Right,
we've
okay.
got that, and then we're just, because this we can't take out and put in ours. so,
Right, so yeah, that
We're
makes
just
sense.
turning in our receipts like usual. so.
Okay.
So are they gonna now go under the lines where we do all of like the donations?
Yes.
Is it you guys,
That's
okay.
what we're gonna do from now on, but where we voted in that extra 500 at town meeting,
It had to stay.
that had to go in the other, so,
Okay.
yeah. But it's no big deal, because we just turned in the receipts for it.
Like you always did.
Yeah.
Usually would come out, well, if it's a revenue, it does not come out of that line. It comes out of the revenue, it comes out of the
Would you like come out of 3,000?
3,000 account, yes.
Not for.
That is correct.
Yeah.
It should not be coming out of the 4,000 account. That
Because
4,000
of-
accounts are
okay.
appropriations.
Yeah.
3,000s are refunds.
So on page 5, there's 2 new lines. 4930 for the town clerk refund, and then a 4930-01 for a tax collector refund. Those aren't budgeted items at all. And usually, I mean, those would be paid back out of the 3,000 account and not out of an actual budget line.
You might want to look at that.
What are those exactly, like when you say like refund? Sorry.
So like a town clerk refund would be like a motor vehicle refund if they overcharged someone or somebody overpaid.
Or
Then they
we
have
have an abatement.
Or an abatement,
Oh,
and then they
okay.
have to refund that money. So that
That's
money
a good one, yeah.
should not be coming out of an actual budget line number.
Appropriation line.
Yeah.
Right, so, this shouldn't be on here at all.
Yeah.
And same with the tax collector refund. The tax collector one would be the, like the abatements or the veteran, or any kind of
Like
like
the credits.
property credit, yeah.
So I was picturing something like, oh, she bought stamps out of her own pocket.
No,
and-
no,
or
you,
something.
no.
Okay, that makes
So,
more sense.
yeah,
Yeah, no,
it's
yeah.
usually abatements. which is like a 3011 account or something like that, that comes
Yeah.
out of an in and out account type thing.
So we've got several people that were, I don't know.
Yeah.
And we have to, we can only keep that on the books for 2 years, I believe, for if you overpay over a certain amount. So they get refunded if they,
So I mean, the overall number for the budget, we're at 28.59%, so I mean, we're still
Great.
under for the overall, but we're definitely gonna have lines that are,
it's just tweaking like every year.
yeah,
You know, we go up on one line and then go down on another.
Yeah.
right.
All right, I mean, I think we're doing great.
Yeah. So we also have the treasurer reports from January through February. When I went in on Thursday and I talked to the town treasurer, April's was not ready as of yet.
Are we, are the bookkeeper and the treasurer matching finally or no?
No, it's a,
Okay.
Do we have a new treasurer, or?
Yes.
We do?
Yeah.
Oh,
same, or however.
Do we know how far off we are from the treasurer and bookkeeper matching, or is that a number?
As you know, I
I
mean,
don't know.
some months it's way over and some months it's way under. I've never been able to understand it. I work as a bookkeeper, you don't get past the end of the month you're in unless you're in.
Right.
This has been going on for years.
Yes, I know.
Years and years and years. I would love to have a clean slate. Like zero, at least.
It would be. So yeah, my only question about like, are we doing anything to clean up the outstanding checks that we have? Like, is there any,
so those outstanding checks, I would really like to see like a real
We did
checks.
that, what, last year?
So I would like to see like a real checks and balance for, I mean, no pun intended. But, because when I was on the board, I found, like, we were given the list of people that were like outstanding. And then Sandy came storming down to me, like yelling that she wasn't gonna sign off on the checks because she knew for a fact that several people had cashed those checks. So I don't know why, like, it was like Bill Lawrence supposedly, like, we had supposedly owed him like X amount of dollars because, like,
Oh, I remember that.
that the checks weren't cashed, and he like, and she had like several conversations with him that like, yes, I did cash these checks, yes, I did do blah, 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 blah. And she had said at one point like Debbie O'Toole had like the same issue where Sandy would get things saying like her checks weren't cashed, but Debbie O'Toole was like, no, I cashed my check, like, look at, here's my thing saying like I deposited. So I think it would be nice to like further investigate why the town's bank is showing that they're not, that they haven't been cashed because,
Well, we switched banks.
okay.
Yeah, from Profile to Merit, not Merit. Is it Meredith? Or no, sorry, not Meredith. TD Bank to Profile.
oh, okay. But I know,
We were using
I was
profile, so we're
doing-
not doing profile anymore?
Yeah, we are.
Oh, you're right.
I know.
Back in the day, it was TDB.
Yeah.
Though, and then we
But-
switched to.
But this was still profile that like I
Oh,
was
it was
dealing
it?
with.
Okay.
Yeah, it was profile.
I
A lot
know,
of those were cleared up because my son was on that list all over the place and he went in and.
Yeah. So like I had said to Sandy, then like, well, if that's the case, then like, can you please like contact these people and like double check or verify if they're using, you know, like Holy Rosary Credit Union and they're cashing and getting their money. I would hate to see for like the town, because that'll add up real quick.
right.
How much outstanding checks do we have?
As of March, it's not
Alright.
a lot, it's,
1,058.35.
no, that was January. But as of March, it was $25,844.15. But that's also, you know, depending on when,
But sure.
Bills
it's-
were
exactly,
sent out and stuff
so it
like
might
that,
be a big
but-
bill and-
so I wasn't sure like where we were with that, if we're cleaning it up, or not. I mean, obviously, because I can't compare it to what we are in April?
Well, that went up a lot from January.
Well, February is 58,000.
Yeah. And then it
And
goes
then-
to 25.
But it would be very interesting to find out, like, in the past couple of years or whatever it's been, that all of these, like, cashier checks that we then give to people because they haven't
Yeah.
supposedly cashed, like, how many of those do we not really have to?
And I know that there were times where, on the bank statements per profile, on the checks pages, they, for whatever reason, it wouldn't read the check number correctly, so it would go on
Oh,
the
yeah, the
paper
back-
as
back
like a
page.
9999.
Yep.
So if you really weren't looking,
If you weren't looking, you know, I mean, I don't know if that's playing a
Yeah,
part.
but you wouldn't have been reconciling that at
Yeah.
that point, so.
it's true, well, you'd
But-
hope that they would be reconciled
The
because,
stage is really easy, I mean, you just
You just click.
click.
but that would be like,
But
but
treasurer
that-
is a little different because it's like Excel program,
Yeah, she
so,
does it
well.
in Excel.
yeah, but you would hope that like the treasurer would go back, because I had asked her, I said like, if you know for a fact that somebody is cashing a check at Holy Rosary for, you know, however much money, and they've cashed that check, but now it's coming up on our sheet saying this person hasn't cashed their checks and we owe them $4,000, like, go back to profile and say, like, hey, why isn't this coming up? This person's telling me that they've cashed their check, or, you know, call Holy Rosary Bank, I don't know if they'll disclose it, and say like, you know, this person's saying that they cashed our check, but our bank is saying that they didn't.
Right.
I'm like, even though it's like only 25,000 or however much now, like you keep,
Still.
it adds up quite a bit.
Right.
I'm assuming this is the treasurer's report, right?
Yes.
What is Sage saying that we have for outstanding checks? Is it same, probably not the same thing, or is it the same thing?
I don't know.
That's the one I would go with,
Okay.
not treasurer. I mean, no offense, I mean,
But if
because
she's supposed to be
Excel
like the
is so
checks
many
and-
different, well, Excel, you can make so many mistakes because it's human error,
Right.
where Sage, you're cutting the checks, you're cutting the checks from Sage.
Right.
So it should 100%.
Treasurer's job.
What's that?
The treasurer's
No, no,
job,
I
like they're
get
the
that.
checks
The
and balances.
Right, but-
being done downstairs is only a backup, I mean, it's.
No,
But they
and I
should
get that,
I-
but they
I
should
agree,
match.
But they haven't been balanced in a year.
And that's my point, so Sage is what I would go with, is what, that's, I'm just saying, the outstanding checks where we're kind of like, what is the outstanding checks? I would 100% go with Sage and not the treasurer right now until he can get everything back in order, in my
Email is
opinion.
on the program that Teresa uses, so
Is that supposed to be better?
he's got a lot more visual than Sandy did,
Mhm.
not having access to the computer or wanting to.
What program is that?
I don't know. I don't know the name of it. I know that he can get on now. It's something that Teresa does, like, must be all of her deposits for the different things. He can see it.
Oh, maybe he's just Avatar, but still, that doesn't, I'm not sure. But I just, in my opinion, I mean, again, nothing to do with budget really, but Sage is what I would go for, outstanding checks, not the treasurer. I know it's treasurer's job, by all means, I get it, but give the guy a bone, poor guy.
Well, I mean, in the end,
Yeah,
it's
right
gonna,
now.
it has to be,
Yeah.
yeah, I mean, it does, but
I can ask the bookkeeper for a copy of that for next meeting, or at least a number to see where we're at and be able to compare it.
Well, 2 of the checks are mine, and
It's going by now.
I took a few weeks to cash them, so
I'm probably not
sorry,
gonna
that's
do
okay.
I'm not gonna lie.
Well,
just
not
take
only
a
that
picture
too,
of the
but,
phone.
I mean, I know at my work, I mean, if there's outstanding checks for people who are employees or current employees, and if their banking information is still in their bank, or they give permission and give their banking, you could always do like ACH payment into their checking account through the bank, instead of having to reissue another check. And that's what we do at my work. And so, So, I
Yes.
asked Teresa
Like
for
this.
this, and I wasn't sure if this was, because I know you had asked for revenue
Revenue.
before.
Yes, this is
I wasn't sure if this is what you were looking for.
Yeah, it works, I mean,
Or-
these are a majority of our revenue anyways, it's
Right.
MD anyways, and town clerk, so there's that. The only thing what I don't like about this is it doesn't show the state amount, which is kind of weird, because obviously not everything goes to municipality.
Right.
So for renewal, only majority of that goes to municipality, not So it's weird that has 0 on the state side.
Yeah, that is,
Because we're not making 52,000 in the month of April. A portion of that goes to the state.
right. Yeah,
It's kind of weird, but unless this is just showing the municipal amount. I don't know, it's weird. Anyways,
like just like municipal, just being like the town's portion?
yeah, but that's kind of.
That is weird though.
Anyways, yeah. But that's, I wish it was that amount. That would be nice. It'd be really, really nice. I don't think so. And the same thing with the dogs, not all of it goes to us.
Right.
Portion of it goes to the state, because they have to make their money.
Will we ever get like a year to date for like like a total for like the whole year?
For revenues?
Yeah.
We should, it's an easy report, well, I'm gonna say it's an easy report, I don't know, because Sage is being
Well,
ridiculous, but, there is a revenue report you can run,
yeah,
and it will show you the revenues that you received for the year, like if you want a 2023, just to see what we received,
Mhm.
you can definitely do that.
so right now, like,
A revenue report, yeah, for 2023, just see where they ended, and what they, put down on the 737 revenue. So, again, we don't have any control, the budget committee doesn't have any control
right.
of revenue, but
it is nice to.
but it is nice to know what
See a
would
full
offset
picture.
our taxes, yeah.
Anybody else have any questions, comments?
Oh, well, we like this. Perfect. No.
It's nice when you get everything ahead of time and you can review it, you become a little prepared.
I like the treasurer report too, nice.
It was in the box.
It'd be nice to have the January for April, but, you know, here we are.
I was so mad when I
I'm glad you
realized
got
that.
it though, because originally it wasn't gonna be done, so.
Yeah, yeah.
Thank you
I
for
was hoping
going
it would be done.
doing that. Perfect.
I'm fine.
I was about to.
Okay, I'll make a motion to adjourn.
I'll second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Adjourned.